once again, everyone, remember we're live streaming the press conferences, so please silence your cell phones. If you have a question, Will has the microphone. Please just wave at us, and so we can get you the microphone and we can catch your question on the live feed. And if you have a question for anyone specific, just direct it to them, so we can also pick that up, and as well as your name and your media outlet. For Sam Houston State, we have head coach Jason Hooton, Kaheem Ransom, and James Thomas. And we will start off with a statement from Coach Hooton.
Another great game, two real good teams, and Corpus had an unbelievable year, well coached, and we knew coming in it was just going to be a grinded out type ball game. And this team, I'm so proud of this team for being able to win a game like that. I guess we went 11.5 minutes in the second half. It felt like longer than that, but we went 11.5 minutes without a field goal. And I told them in the locker room right after the game that probably 2 months ago we couldn't have won a game like that. If we didn't outscore somebody or shoot really good from the field, we couldn't win a basketball game like that. And I was frustrated, but we kept grinding and kept working and kept trying to get them to believe in it and believe in what we were trying to accomplish. And they've done that. And it's all about them. They're the reason that we won this game tonight, because they just believed in each other and fought and clawed and scratched and rebounded and defended and just made big plays.
Questions?
Brandon Williams, Southland.org. Coach, does the way the way the team performed tonight, especially on the defensive end, does it kind of remind you of what they were like a couple of years ago when they were more focused on defense compared to the offensive side of things?
Maybe last year, absolutely. That was our team. That team we saw tonight was our team last year. And, it doesn't matter what sport it is. I always use this comparison, but it's probably been a long time now. But there was I think the Baltimore Ravens way back won a Super Bowl, and they had a quarterback that couldn't throw the ball further than 10 yards down the field, but they had the best defense in the NFL, and they won a Super Bowl. So I always use that comparison with our guys is, there's going to be nights when you don't make those shots, and when you don't, you just got to play defense. And we did that, and we made free throws 2 nights in a row.
Brandon Scott, the Huntsville Item. This for Kaheem and James. How encouraging is it to be able to win in such different fashions as you did yesterday with the high shooting, and then today with not so much, particularly in the second half? Does that encourage y'all a little bit, knowing that that even if when your shots aren't falling, you can kind of grind it out defensively and everything?
Yeah, no doubt. Last game we were able to just make shots. We came out on fire, and tonight I didn't know that we didn't score in that last stretch for like 11 minutes. Coach said
11 and a half.
But that just shows how tough-minded our team is to be able to grind it out and get stops when we need them and get the win in a tough environment.
And like Coach said, like 2 months ago, we probably wouldn't have won that game. But it just showed how much we done grew as a team and matured, as playing together. And so we just came a long way from where we started, and we just want to win this thing.
I realize we've already gone over y'all weren't making shots, but what sort of was the difference, and this is for Coach, I'm sorry, what sort of was the difference between the first half and the second half, just offensively for you guys?
Well, I think we missed a couple of shots. I mean, sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. But I'll say the biggest difference was Corpus Christi's defense. I mean, they played great defense. They switched our ball screen stuff 1 through 5, and they did a great job. I thought we did a great job, though, of executing and getting the ball from side to side on the floor. When you do that and when someone's playing really good defense, then obviously shots, it's going to come hard to score, and we just didn't make any. And, I was so proud of JT, though, because he went and got a couple of offensive rebound putbacks, and then he got a couple of and-ones, and then he was 6 for 7 from the free throw line. And, I thought tonight was probably his best game of the year. And you know what? It's like JT to save it for tonight, because that's what he's all about. You're talking about a guy that's going to graduate in May, and he's just been unbelievable to this program, and as tough a guy as I've ever coached. He'll be truly missed.
Coach, talk about the effort that you guys put defensively on Jordan.
Well, I don't know how good a defense we played on him. He's really good. We have some really good players in this conference, and I'm sure everybody's conference does. But I told him I think when we played him at our place, I shook his hand and I asked him if he was a senior yet, and he laughed. And he's a great kid too, which is always good when they're a good player and a good kid. But he's a good player. Our guys did a great job. I think game plan. Again, my assistant coaches, good ideas, and JT was part of that by just kind of being in that gap every time he tries to drive. But the hard part is, late in the game when he puts his head down and goes to the basket, he's almost unstoppable. And we gave him a bunch of free throws, which we usually do. But Kaheem and Paul, those guys did an unbelievable job. Paul got quick fouls, and so I put Kaheem on him. And I'm as proud of Kaheem. He's just been unbelievable defensively. I mean, he fought me a little bit at the beginning of the year and had a little bit of JUCO in him, and he didn't want to always play defense on some nights. And I didn't give up on him, and he didn't give up on me, and that's why we're sitting where we're at right now. Because his defense has been remarkable. I mean, how good a defense he's played, and that's the other thing too. I mean, because Paul gets in foul trouble, we got to have a point guard in the game. Both those guys can play the point, but I think he's been playing like 38 minutes a game. And, to be able to play defense, guard the best player on the other team, and still make the shots and the free throws that he does says a lot about him and his character.
Coach, you guys got a spark from Terrence Motley and Dakari Henderson in the first half, and I know after the second half, that might not be remembered as much, but I noticed Dakari didn't actually play yesterday or last night, and he did today. How much of an added lift was that for you guys to have that bench performance in the first half?
Well, that's what's special about our team. I mean, we're 11 deep, and Markell didn't get in tonight. Armis didn't get in tonight. Both those guys are real good players. As a coach, you just look at matchups. Last night, defensively, I just felt like Will's a senior, and I just felt really comfortable with Will being in there. Tonight, we struggled a little bit offensively early, and, Dakari's as good offensive player as you can find. And I stuck him in, and he gave us a great spark. And he was ready to play. I thought he would be. But I told him there at the end of the game when he came off, and I took him out and put Kaheem back in after getting him a blow. Dakari's play might have been the play of the game when he dove over there on the sideline and saved that ball. That was a big-time defensive play and a hustle play, and I told him that would be a really big play in the game.
Any other questions? Yep.
I guess to end it then,
Yeah.
SFA's obviously up next. What's sort of the anticipation of that? I know once the crowd at the end started chanting, "We want SFA," you guys kind of had a little head nod. Obviously, wanting to accept that challenge in the championship game. How forward are you guys looking at that opportunity for the players?
Oh, yeah, we looking forward to it. It's a big game. In my 2 years here, I haven't beat SFA yet. And so that's how I want to go out by the time I leave. I just want us and the team to get this win, and they beat us in the regular season too. And it'll just be real special to get them on the best stage, And so, we're going to be ready. I know they're going to be ready. And so we're just going to come and try to play our hardest and get the win.
He took the words right out of my mouth. Last game for all the marbles. It's going to be exciting. They're well coached. They play defense really well. They get after it. This is going to be a great game, and I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, we talked at the beginning of the year about, recruiting these guys. I mean, everybody always wants to go to the championship game, and everybody talks about it, obviously. But we've been blessed. We got great presidents, got a great athletic director, and we've had a really, really steady program for the last 12 years. And so we kind of expect to be here in this game, and kind of disappointed when we're not. So, to sit here and tell you today that we didn't think we'd be playing tomorrow night, I mean, we did. That's what we thought we would be doing. And, we're going to go get prepared like we did yesterday and like we did today. And they got a great team, as these two guys said, and they're very well coached. They're going to play hard like we are. And they beat us twice. So if they beat us again, then they were just better than we were.
Any more questions? All right. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right, thanks.